Little Red Riding Hood.
There once was a pretty little girl who lived near the edge of the woods. She always wore a red hood that her grandmother gave her. So everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her for a favor. "Please take this basket to your grandmother for me. She is very ill." "Okay, mother, I will go and deliver this juice and bread to grandmother for you." "Remember, go straight there and come right back. And whatever you do, make sure to stay on the path." "Yes, mother, I'll be back soon." Little Red Riding Hood cheerfully said goodbye to her mother and set off to grandmother's house. But just as she entered the woods, she ran into a wolf. "That little girl looks very tasty. I'll trick her and gobble her up." The wolf grinned wickedly to himself. Then he cleared his throat and called out in a friendly voice. "Hello, Little Red Riding Hood. Where are you off to?" "I'm off to visit my grandmother, who is very ill." "Well then, why don't you pick some flowers from the field to take to her as a gift?" "My mother told me to go straight there and not wander off the path." "But surely your grandmother loves flowers. It would make her very happy." "I suppose so. Maybe if I just pick a few." In the field, there were beautiful flowers of every color imaginable. "Wow, what pretty flowers!" Little Red Riding Hood took her time carefully picking flowers for her grandmother. "These flowers are sure to make grandmother happy." The wolf grinned wickedly as he watched her picking the flowers. "Everything is going as I planned. Now I will get to grandmother's house first." The wolf then rushed off to grandmother's house. When the wolf arrived at the house, he gently knocked on her door. Then he made his voice sound like Little Red Riding Hood and said, "Hello, grandmother. It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've come to visit you. Please open the door." "Oh my, is that you, Little Red Riding Hood? How nice of you to come visit." Grandmother thought that Little Red Riding Hood's voice sounded a little different today. "Oh my, have you caught a cold? Poor child. Please hurry on inside." But when grandmother opened the door to let Little Red Riding Hood in, "I'm not Little Red Riding Hood. I'm a big bad wolf." The big bad wolf surprised grandmother as she opened the door. "You tricked me!" Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother shook with fear at the sight of the wolf's sharp, scary fangs. "You should have known better. Now I'm gonna eat you." And with that, the wolf swallowed Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother whole. Then the wolf quickly changed into grandmother's gown and hat and climbed into bed to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood soon arrived carrying a bouquet of flowers and a basket from her mother. "Hello, grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. How are you feeling?" The wolf licked his fangs greedily and called out in a grandmotherly voice, "Oh, Little Red Riding Hood, how nice for you to come. I'm so happy to see you." "Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have." "Why, the better to hear you with, my dear. Now please come a little closer." "Oh, grandmother, what big eyes you have." "The better to see you with, my dear. Now please come a little closer." "Oh my, and what a big mouth you have." "Oh, the better."
you with, my dear?
The big bad wolf jumped out of bed and opened his mouth wide.
Foolish Little Red Riding Hood, I have tricked you.
Little Red Riding Hood froze with fear at the sight of the wolf's long, sharp fangs and gaping mouth.
It's too late for you now. You're all mine.
And with that, the big bad wolf swallowed up Little Red Riding Hood in one swift gulp. After eating both Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, the wolf's stomach was very full.
Oh, I'm stuffed. I feel so sleepy.
I think I'll take a nap.
Yeah, nap will be good.
The wolf began to snore heavily as he slept soundly in grandmother's bed. Just then, a hunter passed by grandmother's house. Hearing a loud snore coming from the window, he took a peek inside.
A wolf with a very big belly sleeping in a bed? How unusual. You must have eaten that old woman. What a horrible wolf.
The hunter pulled out a pair of scissors and cut open the wolf's belly. And what did he find but Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother? Oh, we're saved! Thank you so much! What a horrible trick! Let's all teach this wolf a lesson! So they went and gathered many heavy stones from around grandmother's house and then placed them in the wolf's stomach. Then Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother used a needle and thread to sew up the wolf's full belly. When the wolf woke up, he wandered off in a doze. He went to a nearby river to take a drink of water, and then his heavy belly full of stones made him lose his balance, and he fell into the water. The wolf sank into the water and was swept downstream by the river's current. As the hunter watched from afar, he said to the wolf,
It serves you right, you big bad wolf. This all happened because of your terrible tricks.
With the big bad wolf now gone, everyone felt safe again. Little Red Riding Hood decided to head back home. Grandmother, I'll come visit you again soon. I hope you get well soon too. Thank you for coming to visit, my dear, and be careful on your way home. I will, Grandmother. I promise I won't stray from the path again. Goodbye. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along happily as she waved her hand goodbye. The end.